The Yoruba people are one of the biggest groups in Africa. They have a beautiful culture, history, and many traditions, but there's even more to know about them. Today, we will explore 10 interesting facts about the Yoruba people that many people don't know. These facts include their amazing achievements and the ways they have helped in changing the world. Trust me, you will want to hear all of this. When most people think of Yoruba culture, they imagine the colorful attire, exciting dances, and the famous talking drums. But how often do we talk about how much Yoruba people have influenced the world history, science, law, and entertainment? The truth is, many important contributions from the Yoruba are not well known. Let's discover and learn about them together. Number 1. The first Nigerian music album was from Yoruba man. The first Nigerian to make a music album was Canon Josiah Jesse Ransom Kuti. He was the grandfather of Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Josiah Jesse Ransom Kuti was born on June 1, 1855 in Igbeyin, a town in Abeokuta, Ogun State. His family is of the Egba origin. He released his first album in 1878 and his last one in August 1921. Some of his music is kept at the British Museum. Josiah Jesse Ransom Kuti was a Nigerian priest and music composer. He was known for taking Christian hymns and combining them with local music styles. He also wrote Christian songs in the Yoruba language. Number 2. Africa's first TV station came from Yoruba land. WNTV Ibadan was the first television station in Nigeria and also in Africa. It started broadcasting on October 31, 1959. The leaders in Yoruba land were smart to make sure their people had access to television, even before many other countries like Egypt 1960, New Zealand 1960, Israel 1966, and South Africa 1976. The TV station helped in bringing Yoruba theater shows into households throughout the Old Western region, making these shows available to many families. Number 3. The first Nigerian player to score goal in the World Cup. The first Nigerian player to score a goal in the World Cup was Rashidi Yekini. He was from the Yoruba people and was born in Kwara State. Yekini scored his goal against Bulgaria during the 1994 World Cup in the USA. He was born in Kaduna and later started his professional football career in Nigeria. He then moved to Ivory Coast to play for Africa Sports National. After that, Yekini went to Portugal to play for a team called Victoria de Setúbal. There, he had some of his best years in football. In the 1993-1994 session, he scored 21 goals and became the top scorer in the Primeira League, which is the top football league in Portugal. The year before that, Yekini scored a remarkable 34 goals in just 32 matches, helping his team move up from second division. Because of his great performances, he was named African Footballer of the Year, which was the first time a Nigerian received this honor. Number 4. Nigeria's first female lawyer is from the Yoruba tribe. Stella Thomas was the first Nigerian woman to become a lawyer. She was from the Yoruba tribe and started her career in 1935. Also in 1943, she became the first female magistrate in Nigeria, which means she could make important legal decisions in the courts. Stella was born in 1906 in Lagos, Nigeria. Her father, Peter Thomas, was a businessman and the first African leader of Lagos Chamber of Commerce. She attended the Annie Walsh Memorial School in Freetown, Sierra Leone, which is the oldest school for girls in West Africa. Number 5. Folake Solanke was the first woman to become a senior advocate in Nigeria. She was also the first Nigerian woman to wear a special gown called the sea gown, which is given to senior lawyers. Solanke was born on 29, 1932 in Abeokuta, which is the capital city of Ogun State in Nigeria. In 1960, she went to Gray's Inn in London to study law. 2 years later, in 1962, she returned to Nigeria to start her career as a lawyer. When she came back to Nigeria in August 1962, Solanke began working at the office of a retired judge named Michael Adeyinka Odusanya. At the same time, she also taught Latin and mathematics at Ejide Girls Grammar School in Ibadan, Oyo State. In 1972, She became the first commissioner of the Western States and the chairperson of the Western Nigerian Television Broadcasting Corporation. Number 6. The Nigeria first indigenous Chief Justice. The first indigenous Chief Justice of Nigeria was Sir Adetokunbo Ademola. He was also the Chief Justice who served the longest, from 1958 to 1972. Adetokunbo was born on February 1, 1906 into a royal family. His parents were Prince Ladipo and Princess Tejumade Ademola. His father was a leader in Lagos and later became Ademola II, the Alake of Egbaland, which is a historic city in Nigeria. He became Chief Justice on April 1, 1958, after Sir Stafford Foster Sutton retired. Ademola was the son of Obasa Ladapo Ademola II, who was the leader of the Egba people in Nigeria. He was also the first Chancellor of the University of Benin. Number 7. The first chartered accountant in Nigeria was a Yoruba man. Chief Akintola Williams was the first person to become a chartered accountant in Nigeria. He qualified in 1919 and later started his own accounting firm called Akintola Williams & Co. in 1952. He was born on August 9, 1919. His grandfather, Z.A. Williams, was a wealthy trader from Abeokuta. His father, Thomas Ekundayo Williams, worked as a clerk in the colonial government and later opened his own legal office in Lagos after studying in London. The firm that Akintola Williams started in 1952 grew over the years, combining with other businesses, and by 2004, it became the largest professional services company in Nigeria. He also helped create important organizations like the Nigerian Stock Exchange and the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Throughout his long career, he received many awards and recognitions. Number 8. The first Nigerian lawyer was from the Yoruba tribe. The first lawyer, Chief Sakwara Williams, was a Yoruba man who became lawyer in 1879. Williams was born on July 14, 1855. Although he was of the Ijesha origin, he was born in Sierra Leone. He studied law in London at a place called the Inner Temple and became a lawyer on November 17, 1879. After finishing his studies in the United Kingdom, he started working as a lawyer in Lagos Colony on January 13, 1888. Apart from being a lawyer, he also became an important figure in Nigerian politics during the colonial period. He received a traditional title called the Lodifi of Ilesha. Number 9. Nigeria's first engineer. In 1894, Olayinka Abat Macaulay became the first trained engineer from Nigeria. Abat Macaulay was born on November 14, 1864, on Broad Street in Lagos. His parents were Thomas Babington Macaulay and Abigail Crowder. Thomas Babington Macaulay, which is his father, was one of the sons of Ojo Oriare. Abigail Crowder, his mother, was the daughter of Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowder, who was related to King Abiodun. Though Abat Macaulay was a civil engineer, but he also studied in England to become an architect. Later on, he went into politics and started the first political party in Nigeria called the Nigerian National Democratic Party, NNDP, in 1923. Number 10. The first Nigerian medical doctor. The first Nigerian medical doctor is a Yoruba man named Nathaniel Thomas King. He was born in Hastings, Sierra Leone, to a Yoruba family. His parents were Reverend Thomas and Mary King. His father was a preacher who helped a man named Ajayi Crowder to translate the Bible into the Yoruba language. Dr. King lived from 1847 to 1884. And that's it. 10 things most people don't know about the Yoruba people. If you found this video interesting, hit that subscribe button for more stories like this.